Well, hello guys, Sonny here from journeywithsunny.com, coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. Today I'd like to share with you the formula on how to creating wealth. Basically, if you want to achieve your financial goals and time freedom, something like that, you have to understand the concept of how to get there. And I'm going to share with you using this board right here. First, I want to mention about income. Now, you need to learn all this terminology in order for you to totally understand the concept of what I'm going to share. Income is the money that you earn. You earn from your job, you earn from your work, but basically, income is something that you earn normally at a job. Expenses. This is actually the money that you're spending each and every day, daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. That are the expenses. Liabilities. This is actually hobbies and toys, expensive toys and stuff. Or liability could be like a house or a car, something like that. Those are actually, I'm gonna touch on that in a little bit. And then assets. Assets is actually more like a money that you investing into something and then it gets you in return. It's called assets, like a rental house, a rental property, car rental, whatever that rental that you have, or a business that you're investing in actually pay you back. That's called assets. So it's all about investment. So assets, you're looking at it as investment. Now, why do I mention this to you? I want for you to understand the difference between these terms. Got income is everybody actually know. Expenses everybody actually know. Liability and assets can be a little confusing for a lot of people. For me, I got confused. I didn't really understand the whole concept of liabilities and assets. So now that I've learned, so I want to share that with you. So what do the poor normally do on payday? Now, the poor normally what they do is actually using the money that they earn and wait for their payday and go and do whatever they want to do besides paying all their, all the expenses. They have some extra money left. So what they do is they go on, they can't wait for the weekend to come, like Saturday and Sunday. So they can go to a flea market, they can go to garage sale, they can go to like auction sales and things like that to grab some of the stuff that they don't even need, just because they want to buy something to fill their home with. So if you walk into somebody's house with a bunch of stuff on the wall, on the floor, I mean everywhere, you don't even have a place to sit or to walk, that's somebody that actually have that kind of habit of actually doing. So what they do is they collecting cheap stuff or old stuff or whatever that they think that it's actually hold value, but it's actually not really holding a lot of values. It's just taking a lot of space. So like towards the end of their career or whatever, they don't have much to really live on. So I mean, they have a house, yes, old house with a bunch of stuff in it, and then they can't really travel, they can't do the thing that they want to do. And that is one thing that you want to kind of make sure that you're not going to fall into that thing. The second group of people is that called middle class. The middle class actually making really good money. They could be doctor, they could be lawyer, they could be dentist, they could be some certain or in civil engineering or whatever. They're making, let's say, about $15,000 to $25,000 or whatever $1,000 a month. A very healthy, very, very, very good, income that they actually can bring into to their home. The problem with this is that this money, first of all, it's actually not a passive or residual income, so they have to be there in order for the money to come in. They have to be at work. So what they do is they actually using that money to buy, called liability. They buy hobbies, they buy toys. So you see people who dress nice, right? Go to expensive restaurant, driving awesome car, living in huge house, stuff like that. Travel, expensive, travel first class, travel to, expensive destinations, and, living a lifestyle, right? The problem with that is that $15,000 right here divided by half, it could be $7,500 or $10,000 a month that they actually still have left. So they're buying a boat, right? A sport boat or a speedboat or whatever, and then they're going to buy another of the cars, right? A big car, right? Upgrade the car, upgrade the house, make the house nice and beautiful, you know, make it so awesome. And then what happened is that when the bill start kicking in, that's when they realize, hey, you know what? I have to work more. And that is why, you know, doctors and dentists and lawyers, they're making a lot of money, right? They're making like, you know, a couple of $100 or $1,000 or $2,000 an hour. So that's why for them to go and having a coffee with you, for them to go and having lunch with you will cost even more than actually the cost of the lunch or the coffee, right? Because it's like 1 hour or 2 hours for them is like $500, $1,000, $5,000, you don't know. That's why they don't have time. So they have to go and work. That's why they're working so much at their office. They're working 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, sometimes 12 hours a day, sometimes on the weekend, because they have to go meet the client. They can afford not to, because why? It costs them not to. That's why. So those are the middle class buying on their paydays. Now, for the rich people actually focusing on assets. They still have income, they still have the expenses and liability and everything, but what they do is they're actually focusing here. So I mean, imagine if you bring in $50,000 or $100,000 or 100 and above a month, that you don't have to be there. The money coming in, whether you're sleeping or you vacationing or you traveling somewhere, the money's still coming in, and that is why they're investing the assets and paying them, right? Paying them whether they're there or not. That's why you don't see your boss there. You don't see Walmart, bosses, right? You don't see, Dell, right? Bill Gates and things like that. You don't see them. They go and do their own thing, and the money's still coming in. That's why. But those are for big guys. Now, for you and me as an individual, average Joes and Janes, right? We can't be the big dogs, right? But you can still acquire assets, and that is why you need to build some assets for you, and that will actually in turn pay you, right? Weekly and monthly and yearly. So that way you don't have to be there. You can have more time for your family. You can vacation if you wanted to. You can go and visit your mom and dad if you like to. You can move to another city if you like to. So that allow you to do whatever you want. So focusing on the assets. Now, I was just like you, right? I cut hair, I do makeup, I do photography, things like that. But I am in this kind of group, the first group, below average group. I bought junks, right? On the weekend, I like to go and get junk, go to a flea market and like that. But I don't do that anymore. I tend to like to buy expensive cars and living in big houses and things like that too. But I know that if I keep doing that, then I have to go to work harder. So I try to avoid not working too hard and focus on the asset that I'm building right now. So if you have any question, if you have any values out of this video right here, go ahead and leave me a comment below this video right here, and I'm more than happy to actually help you out with questions that you have, right? And if you want to subscribe to my channel right over here, go ahead and do that. If you want to share this with your friend, with your teammate, with your business partner, whatever you want to call them, go ahead and share that with them and help them to build and see the difference between the income, the expenses, the liability, and then assets. What the difference they are and how their spending habits are, so you can actually help them. So instead of on the weekend go out and go and hunting for some good deals, right? $5, $10, $25, $35. I did that all the time back then. Instead of doing that, you go and buy a book, right? Listen to some kind of audios, go on for like a seminar, learn something. Education is it's actually a form of investment. I love learning. Now, I was not a good student in school, so school wasn't for me, but I love learning how to eliminating a lot of expenses and trying not to be in that instant gratification, and then learn how to build assets. So that's it, guys. Until next time, take good care and God bless to you. JourneyWithSunny.com coming to you from San Antonio, Texas. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.